and welcome to the first episode of Building in Your Underpants with Cable Guy. And over the next few episodes, I'll be showing you how to create lush and beautiful environments like this. So if you'd like to learn, please stay tuned and I'll show you how to do it. Alright guys, now today in this episode I will be covering how to make small hills or islands, and the technique that I use can scale up to larger projects as well. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first thing I like to do when I'm building my island or a small hill or something is you want to start off with like an outline of kind of like how you want the island shape to look, and it will help you when you need to do the next steps and everything like that. So let me get to it and I'll show you. Alright guys, so this is what I've come up with, and I think this will make a interesting looking little hill. And one thing I want to note is, like right here, I don't like to use these hard corners like this. I think they look very unnatural, and all you have to do is to soften it up is punch out one block in the corner and it already looks better. It looks round, and so I think it's time for the next step. Alright guys, so the next thing I like to do is I like to make some guidelines. And this will help you see what the hill will kind of look like in the end. And you can go as steep or as slopey as you want. It's all up to you. So let me finish the guidelines and I'll be right back to you. Alright, so this is the shape that I've come up with for my little hill here, and I think it'll look pretty interesting by the time we're done. And so the next thing you want to do is just kind of fill the blocks in between. And like right here, I'm having trouble seeing what this looks like, so I'll just add another guideline. It'll help me visualize how the blocks need to be placed. Give me 1 second. There you go, and you want to keep the corners soft again. You don't see any hard corners. And so now that I can see it better, I'll start adding a few more blocks. As you can see, it really does help the shape. So I'll just keep adding and keep adding until I have something that I enjoy to look at. So I shall be right back. Alright, now you see what the basic shape of the hill will be, but by the time we get done with all the details, you will hardly see any of these lines. And let me show you what I mean. Now the first thing I like to do when I start with the details, I like to add lighting in. And with the lighting, all I do is put that in there, and then I use a different variety of leaves to get a pretty nice effect by the time you're done with them. And it looks really natural, I think. So let me show you, and then there we go. Something, something like that. Add another one up here, and then I also like to use trapdoors on top of them. That really helps with the lighting as well. And that way you can get lighting in and not completely cover your mountain in bushes. So Alright, now you can see that the bushes and the lighting are all in place. And next, I like to put in my patches of cobble. And cobble is one of my favorite blocks in the game because it has steps and stairs in the walls. And how I do this is I just kind of knock out a section and replace the stone with the cobble, like so. And you want to keep it in patches. So say something about like this. And then you want to go in and start adding some details like the stairs here and there and slabs. And as some would say, my favorite block is the cobble wall, and it is very useful in my opinion. Just go in there and just randomize it, kind of make it look, pretty. And the further away you get from it, the better it will look, as you can see. And one thing I like to do is I don't like to have any flat surfaces like this where mobs can spawn, because when I play, I usually play in survival, and so I usually have to do all this in survival. So when you're done, it kind of looks like that, and you keep tweaking it until you're kind of happy with it. And so that is how I like to do it. Really like that. And you want to keep the patches, and you want to keep them. You want to space them apart a little bit because there's one more step before we finish this. So we get to it. So make some more patches here, and I'll show you what it looks like with the cobble in. And also, as you're going along, don't be afraid to add some cobble and some walls to the bushes, because it can add a lot of height difference and a lot more detail, as you can see. So okay, now the last thing that I like to do when I'm detailing out mountains and stuff is I like to add patches of acacia wood and andesite. And the way that I do that is like this. So I'll go in and I'll put the acacia down. And one thing I try not to do is have the orange wood part of the acacia visible. Now I know that there's the acacia that has the four sides, but I started doing this before that patch came out, so this is the way that I like to do it now. So as I'm doing it, just kind of go up and try not to make sure you detail a little bit, and then I'll go in and I'll add stuff here and there just to liven it up a little bit, and then I'll switch to the andesite. I'll put patches in like this, and oops. And one thing I try to do, say here in a second, as I go through and detail this up here, just add little stuff like that. Now I'm ready to go back to acacia, and I try to make sure that I put it to where one patch of acacia doesn't connect to another patch of acacia. So right here I actually need to go do andesite first, like so. Oops. Do this like so. A couple more. Then just add some more walls and slabs and stairs. And now I'm ready to go back to my acacia. Now I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go a different direction on the acacia this time. like so, but this is the only block I have at the moment that can cover that like that. So just finish this part up here and I'll show you what it looks like. And another note, when you're doing these, don't be afraid to change things to make things work. So like I need to say I want to put it sideways right here, but you still have the acacia showing. All you got to do is change the slab out into a stair, and then it's hidden again. And that's all there really is to it. It's nothing hard or anything like that. Just keep plugging away until you are done. And there we have it, guys. This little hill is all detailed out, and this works on mountains and hills and islands and everything else. And in those few easy steps, I think you guys can do it too. So, hope you guys have a good day. Bye.